There we go. Hello everyone, welcome out to Octopath Traveler 2. Really been looking forward to this game because I love the ever-living hell out of the original. And now we get to pick our character, so who do we got? Say what now? Does that mean you have to play like his? So I guess we go through everybody else and then we play his if we want everybody to kind of like, you know, join up properly. Murdered your wife and daughter and 1,879 days locked within a frigid cell. Harvey, the man who took everything from me, shall die by my hand, I swear it. And the bitter cold can extinguish the raging fire in your breast, so you set out to exact your revenge. God damn it, I was just thinking of the frickin' Harrison Ford movie that has this basic plot where he's chased by Tommy Lee Jones as an FBI agent. God damn it, why can't I remember the name of it? It was the One-Armed Man! It looks like he has the same old, hey, time of day. He can mug people? Okay, whoa. Didn't think it would take us back here. Want to check out everybody first, you know? Cleric, Temenos. Townspeople wherever you go. Moonlight judgment. Inflict all foes with enfeebling effects at night. Wait. Okay. Lower your foe shield points with any attack? The hell? Is that... Oh, you're an Inquisitor, alright. Your name is Temenos Mistral, you are a cleric. Your tale begins in the mountainous region of the Crestlands. Though easygoing in your duties as Inquisitor, that'll change the day of a tragic incident takes place in the church. Oh dear, suppose it can't be helped after all. Doubt is what I do. There's much more to the incident than meets the eye. You set out to solve the mystery left in its wake. Okay. Oh, we get a lady thief this time around, huh? Yeah, stealing. It's all augmenting effects at night? Huh. Name is Throne Anguis, or Throne? Throne. I don't know. And you are a thief. Your tale begins in the thrilling city in the Brightlands. You remember the Black Snakes, the thieves guild that controls the city from the shadows. Your job is to steal and clean. Not again, not the stench. Every time I breathe it in, it feels that my very lungs are rotting. The stench of blood. Never to escape the cycle of bloodshed, you embark on a journey for the keys to your freedom. We can ambush people at night, alright? Act twice? Whoa! That's a good one. I guess... Well, knowing how Octopath, I'm definitely going to be picking Thief, because she's the thief. Probably run up, pick up Temenos, and then head south along here and, you know, circle around like... Where are you off? Oh god. Why do I get the feeling it might be hard to get him? Hunter Ochet. Your name is Ochet and you are a hunter. Your tale begins on the island of Totohaha alongside your fellow beastlings. Yeah, she does have a tail and ears. Those weren't in, like, Octopath 1. About your troubles with the human islanders, you live a carefree life. That is until you learn of an approaching calamity known as the Night of the Scarlet Moon. Right, Master Juve, I'll find those creatures of legend and bring them back. To save your home, you set sail in search of those who can help. Okay, she becomes a cleric at night. And she can go werewolf, it looks like. I was hoping she's better than Hana was. Oh. Are you gonna be as broke as Alphen? Your name is Castif Lorenz, and you are an apothecary. Your tale begins at the port town of the Harborlands. Discovered adrift at sea, you awoke to realization you cannot recall your own name. What includes your identity are the satchel and skills as an apothecary. You discover who I am, and there's something else, something important I'm forgetting. Now, ignore the nagging feeling that within you, you embark on a journey to recover what you lost. Mr. and Mrs. townspeople to allay their pain and allow them to rest. Why can't we do that during the day? Every drop counts. Concoct without using any materials? Oh wait, that's called a latent power, not a talent. Oh gosh. Are we suddenly in the 50s? My name is Particio Yellowwill, and you are a merchant. Your tale begins in the vast wastes of the wildlands. After witnessing the rise and fall of the pioneer town you call home, you set your gaze upon the horizon. I'll be back once I eliminate the devil called poverty from the world. Your dreams of bringing prosperity to all, you embark on a journey with only the sense of commerce to guide you. And it's got the usual purchase ability. Wait, leverage your hired helper's talents to get a host of benefits. Oh, is that like the hired help ability from the previous game's merchant was allowed like a talent? Bringing townspeople wherever you may go. Okay. And holler replenish all your... Okay, is that like a skill, the latent power thing? That seems a bit OP. See. Dancer's got a lure. Dance with an allure companion to trigger various effects. Okay. Name is Agnia Bristarani, and you are a dancer. Your tale begins in the verdant region of the Leaflands. Though a tavern dancer in a small village, you have big dreams for the future. Gonna become a star and bring smiles to people's faces just like Mama. With hope in your heart and a spring in your step, you begin your journey to stardom. Intrigued to obtain items from townsfolk. Townsfolk. Extend the reach of skills to all. Wasn't that a divine skill before? Warrior Hikari. Oh, we got full weave for our warrior. Got challenge, master skills during challenges and use them in battle. Oh, that would definitely make Ulbrich more interesting. And he can bribe at night. Release the darkness within to gain access to special skills. Okay, you're supposed to be paired up with Ochet. Hikari, and you are a warrior. Your tale begins in the desert region of Hinouma. You are the younger prince of Ku, a nation ever at war, and worry for your people who have suffered greatly from the ceaseless battles. I pray for a world without conflict, without bloodshed, hoping to bring peace to your nation and strike out on a journey for your like-minded allies. Alrighty then. I do believe that's everybody.
I take what I want. Not again. Not this stench.
Why did it cut off? It feels as though my very lungs are rotting.
The stench of blood.
Hurry up, Throne! They're coming! Damn it! The bleeding won't stop!
Don't waste your breath. Keep running.
We made it. We should be able to get up top through here.
That lighting is kind of ominous there.
What's the matter, Scarachi? It won't open! The damn thing won't open! The rats finally caught up to us. Damn it all!
You catch your breath, Tony.
Sorry. Tony.
Throny? I wasn't expecting an E sound at the end there.
Now then, it's time we welcomed our guests. Let's play.
Holy crap, we actually get friends at the start. Your foes. Yep. You like sword, daggers, and dark bases. Oh, we aren't the fire type now. If they skill choose Darkest Night to see it in action. Alright.
Come on, let's go.
Okay. Good lord, the frickin' effects. Yeah, breaking enemy drastically reduces their defense, rendering them unable to act. Armament enter boost mode, and the potency of your attacks and abilities will surge. You get 1 BP per turn. We can spend 3 to boost a command to 3 levels of power. If you use boost mode, you will not get any BP on your next turn. Obviously, manipulating your freaking BP is like the big thing in this game.
Be calm.
Slice.
2.
It actually doesn't have any, like, actual attacks. Hey! There's new animations for when you do big boosts. Not the best odds, honestly. God damn, the production feels so smooth compared to the Switch game.
What a waste of time.
I just don't get it. Why is this door locked?
Get up, Donnie. It's time for you to work your magic on that lock.
Donnie.
He's kind of dead, isn't he?
No. Don't tell me he's dead.
This job is a nightmare.
Damn it! What the hell is going on?
Someone set us up.
Our plan was perfect. We slipped into the Diamante estate and got what we came for. There was no way they could have known to have all those guards waiting outside. Unless someone squealed.
And only a few of us knew the plan. Which means there's likely a traitor among us.
You can't be serious. Who'd sell us out like that?
We can figure that out later.
She's right. We have to get out of here first. Come on. There are other ways out of this place.
Let's go.
I think neither of us, well, no one amongst the three of us know how to pick a lock. Oh, there is actually a higher chance of encounters when dashing. I can't use skills yet. Sword and a thief's dagger, huh? Her attire doesn't look that black. Oh, we can't oh no, he doesn't actually have a better dagger than us. Like, uniquely named gear? Oh, come on! I wonder how dead these two with us are. And Donnie seems to have disappeared.
Let's play.
Come on, let's go. Yeah.
My turn.
Be calm.
What?
Ready? I ain't ready to kick the bucket.
Yay, levels for everyone. Found some grapes. And hello there, Link. How are you doing? More grapes.
Wait.
What the hell? What's another one of those rats doing here?
They must have known we'd come this way. What do we do now?
Wait here. I'll handle this. I'm going to give our friend a little surprise.
Have a chance to be and knock them unconscious. Okay. Ain't you a happy fellow? Oh, we're supposed to like go up here and around. I can't do it from above. Come on. Also, dousing the lantern would probably help here. Wait, what? Oh,
Good
wasn't
night.
letting me actually like select it.
Nice work.
Your skills are second to none. No wonder you're the best in the nest.
He's fast asleep. Didn't even see it coming. Finish him, Throne.
No. I'm in no mood for meaningless bloodshed.
What's your backup plan then? Cheese? Because you're gonna need something to keep him busy when he comes chasing us down this tunnel.
That's enough, Scarachi. We have to go.
Fine.
If you want him dead so much, you do it. Doesn't look like there's anything back there.
Finally, a way out. Time to say goodbye to these rat-infested sewers.
Hold on.
Hi, Kiba.
We aren't in the clear yet.
Yeah, we've got company.
Throne, if you've got that cheese, now's the time.
You idiot. Enough about the cheese.
If we don't focus, we'll be as holy as cheese ourselves when they're through.
Right. Let's go.
These rats just don't give up. And it's up to us to exterminate them.
My turn.
Ooh, we got a bigger guy here.
Come on, let's go. Damn you.
Obviously, the plan is to just leave him alone while we kill the other two.
Damn you.
I was not expecting him to die that quick. Nope, not weak to that. There
Be
he is.
calm.
Weak to axes. Let me guess, he's also weak to
Ready?
dark, right?
Afraid of the dark. Open
I was right.
What to do? Thanks.
We got a plum. As I recall, it is the MP recovery items.
Be calm.
Your life is mine.
Got a trophy for a first max boost, really?
Whew. Glad that's over.
Take that, you lousy vermin. What's that look about? You think I'm just fooling around instead of pulling my weight? That it?
I didn't say that.
Well, I wouldn't have to fool around on my own if someone would give me a hand. If you know what I mean, Throne.
Give yourself a hand.
Are you coming with us, or do you want some privacy?
Scarachi the traitor. Because they're building him up to be a pretty big scumbag, and that's usually who the traitor is. I don't know how long this is supposed to be after the original Octopath. This feels kind of Victorian?
We made it.
I mean, we got top hats and all that.
Ah, how I missed these filthy little streets. I would have hated to kick the bucket down there in those sewers.
You mean like poor Donnie? Who did this to us?
I wish I knew. Let's head home. The job's not finished yet.
Those two aren't going to be happy about this.
But we didn't do nothing wrong. I'd rather die than face their punishment.
We don't have a choice. Not with these collars on. So long as those two hold our chains, we have to obey them.
That's crazy talk. I ain't no dog.
Quiet, Scarachi. There might still be rats around. Let's split up. They're less likely to find us then.
I'll deliver the mark to Father.
All right. Be careful out there.
The Black Snakes. A band of ruffians with connections to the realm's richest circles. They control the town's wealth and power. And I am one of their minions. My job is to steal and clean. What a filthy town. Time to go home.
Usual radar stuff. Green where we go. Oh, they actually like show up the sites where we start seeing points on the map. Nice.
Good night.
I guess that's one way to get into these kind of houses. Now that I think about it, we don't actually have the opening up the purple chest thing that Therian had before. A nice little upgrade to our dagger. Oh, we broke into a brothel apparently. I can take it, Evan. Just alright. Hey, you're a black snake too, aren't we? Well, working together kind of thing. Look at your hopes up about the food. See the soul, but alcohol soothes the body. A good drink to get back on your feet. Oh, chest. Alrighty. We're not like that well known in town, huh? Trying to lay low and all that.
A good dagger is not unlike one's own hand. Flexible, deft, and capable of taking a life with the flick of a wrist. Just like you, Throne.
Thank you, Father. We call this man Father. He's the leader of the Black Snakes. A first-class assassin who oversees all of our jobs. He took me in as a child and taught me everything I know. The mark, Father. What is that staff? I hope it was worth Donnie's life.
It is simply what we were asked for. Our client said this would be our last deal, seeing as word of our plan got out. It would appear there is a traitor among us.
And we get to kill him.
There may very well be.
Perhaps our nest is in need of cleaning if such filth is lurking about. You have always been different, Throne. Better than the others. You are the only one who has inherited my skills. Which is why I have nominated you as my successor. Do not disappoint me.
Lately, this collar feels tighter than usual, Father.
You want me to loosen it then? I couldn't if I wanted to. My key alone is not enough. Now speak of it no more. It is a badge of honor, one worthy of a true snake.
Yes, Father.
Very good, child. I hope you are prepared for tonight's gathering. You know what awaits those who disappoint Mother.
Now we're supposed to just look around the hideout, alright. Alright, to be playing like this, we're on a... Wait, what do you mean? What? You this, but at least pretend like you got some guts. Ooh, there's some chest back there. Stronger, but I'm stronger, baby. Alright.
I see my adorable little snakes are all here. Let us begin our delightful gathering.
We call this woman Mother. She is our other leader and manages the guild's members. She values order and discipline above all. Those who fail her are mercilessly punished and disposed of. Mother, Father, they are our leaders, the forces that move the Black Snakes.
Throne, my dear. Would you come here, please? Scarachi tells me that today's failure falls on your shoulders. I worry for our future, dear. The Black Snakes have long controlled this town, but Father and I aren't as young as we used to be. The Snakes will need a new leader to guide them. A successor, as it were. Father has high hopes for you, Throne. But in my eyes, you are still lacking. Now then, time for your punishment. You want Mother's whip, don't you, Throne? Oh, not a peep? A few lashes is enough to bring others to tears. But I suppose you'll need more encouragement. You lost us a wealthy client. You've sullied my good name, you wretched worm. Oh, not even a whimper? Let's see how long you can keep that up. Here! Here! Here!
Mother.
Can't you see I'm busy, Piero?
It wasn't Throne's fault we failed. It was mine. If anyone deserves punishment, it's me.
Oh, Piero. How noble of you to come forward. I'm moved to tears. Yes, what a fine reaction. Just what I was hoping for. In honor of your selfless act, I will call an early end to tonight's meeting.
Oh, you can't be serious, Mother.
Things were just getting good.
Silence, you abominable reptiles! Now listen well. I will be leaving our little nest for a spell. Our family is in need of fresh blood. I expect all of you to take good care of our home until I return. Come, Piero. There is a long night ahead of us.
Okay, no mention of the possible traitor and all that?
These chains can't be severed.
Mother has whipped us since before I can remember. I spent my childhood beaten and bruised. I've long since forgotten what pain feels like. I steal what our clients want and eliminate those who stand in their way. That is how I've always lived. It makes me wonder, is pain the only thing I've forgotten? Dark evenings are followed by hollow mornings. The cycle repeats. Again and again and again. Here, eat this. It's a dried strawberry.
Do I recall, isn't that bad? No, wait, that's a cat, isn't it? As I recall, it's
Envy
bad for dogs, but I'm not sure how
living
it is
without
for
a collar,
cats.
bound to no one. Free to roam wherever you please.
I see you made a new friend.
And let me guess, it's
Brought you
going to die
breakfast.
at some point
You
for,
haven't eaten yet, I assume.
you know, drama.
Thank you.
Want one? Least I can do for the best in the nest.
No thanks. I don't smoke.
Don't you know that by now?
You should.
Don't we know each other?
People like us need to take joy wherever we can find it.
I want to live a long life.
Then you're in the wrong line of work, Throne. Life here is like a cigarette. Gone in a puff of smoke.
You can say that again.
We do what we can to survive in this stump. Living with a collar around our necks from our parents. I want to rise in the ranks and get my hands on some real money. Buy good liquor, good smokes, fall asleep in a big bed. I want to enjoy my life before I bite the dust.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a dog.
What do you want, Throne?
What do I want?
We have to get going. Time for work.
Can't use our path action yet to steal.
Ah, there you are, Throne. I have a job for you, concerning our little traitor,
Who is it?
Scarachi.
Nah.
How can you be sure?
He was seen meeting with Diamante. They planned to destroy me and take the Black Snakes for themselves.
What are my orders?
Scarachi is on his way to the Diamante estate as we speak. Sneak in there, kill them both.
Scarachi too?
Death to traitors. That's the rule. However, Diamante is wary after our last break-in. Security will be tighter. There is a way in, but I don't like it.
Tell me.
Diamante craves the pleasures of the flesh and often invites women to his estate to sate those desires. You could disguise yourself as a brothel girl to get close to him. You're no stranger to using your feminine wiles, right?
Wouldn't you know that by now?
I doubt I could convince anyone in these clothes.
We are thieves. If there is something we want.
We take it. Understood, Father. I will find myself a suitable outfit to sneak into the Diamante estate.
Very good, child. I must leave town to attend business elsewhere. When you have finished your job, come and join me in Winterbloom. Do not disappoint me, Throne.
Now to find a disguise.
If I'm gonna guess,
I must
like this
find a costume
chapter is
worthy
dealing
of
with
the role.
Scarachi. Next one we have to kill
Brothel girl's
Father.
clothes would do nicely.
Gonna guess Piro is probably gonna be either the finale or chapter 3 boss. I'm aware how the thief works, game. Success.
I'll take that.
We're stealing him right off her
Disguise is
back.
Complete. Now to enter the estate.
You know, health saving works. Damn it. Come on. There we go. Already failed a freaking 80%. Receptionist, huh? Guess we can't really do much else around here. Now we can steal bread from starving orphans. They don't need it. No, you don't. Not anymore. Oh, God. Ooh, okay, Shadow Soul Stone. That could be useful. As I recall, you could steal, like, candy from kids in the original Octopath. But I don't work much in this town. Kills flowers. Which translates to herbs, apparently. Can't steal from him, apparently.
I'll take that.
Hey, our first stat boosting nut. Alright, look, like I just said, stealing candy from kids.
I'll take that.
The cakes they're lacking, mine are far better. Are they really? Ooh. Helmet upgrade. Yep. Why do you have a leather helmet, lady? Nothing there. I'll be quiet. Or elemental stones. Okay, accessory. No reason to not just toss that on. Might as well as the weapon shop. Bottled nightmares. It's a way better dagger than. Damn it. Really? The broadsword looks nice if it wasn't so expensive. We just got a better item than the bronze knife and ain't getting the handbreaker for a while. Good God. Her armor's really friggin' cheap. It looks like it has a pretty good plus to our stuff. Oh, the leather helm I stole was only worth 200. Wait, leaves? Not like essence? Forget me do. Oh, we're gonna have a whole bunch more concoction, like, options, aren't we? Damn it. I have an extra, I guess. I have a ticket to see the show. An actor from Cat Egg for sale. He plays the egg. Okay.
I'll take that.
I think this goes back to where we started. They absorbed some of my stealing luck here. Good God, I've had some bad rolls.
I'll take that.
Oh, we found the estate. It was expected to go right in, but okay.
I was summoned by Lord Diamante to entertain him this night.
Another brothel girl.
And a pretty one at that.
How about entertaining us instead?
I'm sure you'll find us more satisfying than the Lord himself.
And when your boss finds out about
My
this...
apologies, but I doubt you boys could afford my talents.
Get moving.
Much better. Now then, before I overstay my welcome. One soldier outside. I must make quick work of him. I have to find Diamante and Scarachi as soon as possible.
I did not.
Good night.
Ooh.
Time to clean up the filth.
That's a very swoopy battle transition. You got all allies attribute raising a... Are they random, or...?
What to do?
Oh, looks like speed, magic, and physical attack up.
There!
Oh, he's faster than me? Are you kidding me?
Over. Eat this! And so it goes.
You always have to get more money. Lord knows you need to buy a lot of gear in these games, given the fact you have to kit out 8 people. My big question for this game, though, is... Did they actually bring in some freaking, you know, leaked XP for the people not in the party? There's been slit with a sharp blade. That wasn't me.
Come and get me. Cleaning time. My turn. There! But I will hope. All tidied up.
Out through the heart from behind. Job well done. Yeah, now I'm questioning the fact that we keep finding dead bodies around here as much as we probably should. Apparently we can't go down that hallway for whatever reason. And Sugar, whoever this is no amateur. Ah, the old, always useful early peddler, huh? Where do you got all these? The most I could possibly use more grapes? Who knows? This is frozen in fear. By the time you realized what was happening, it was too late.
Scarachi. He's dead. But why? And Diamante, too.
Oh no, I guess he gets to be first boss. Figured we were gonna have to fight him at some point.
You wield your dagger just like father. I'd expect nothing less from the best in the nest.
Hero.
Oh, this? You were taking too long, so I decided to clean up for you.
Did father ask you to do this too?
Not quite. You see, there was never a traitor to begin with.
What?
He told you that Scarachi was the traitor, didn't he? He said to come to the Diamante estate and kill them both, right? But you see, Father told me that you were the traitor. And he told Scarachi that I was the traitor.
But why?
Because that's the kind of parents they are. They planned this whole thing. We're supposed to kill each other off until only the best of us survives. That's how they choose a successor.
So just Garashi was actually an
That
option
job
at some
was all
point?
part of the plan too. Donnie was just eliminated from contention earlier in the process.
No.
The Black Snakes must change. When Mother and Father's power wanes, people will jump at the chance to take them down. That's why they need to find a worthy successor, no matter what it takes. And that successor will be me, head of the Black Snakes. I'll be the one controlling this town from the shadows. And I'll do whatever I must to get there.
Don't do this. I don't want to fight you.
I'm sorry, Throne.
Piero. Has your dagger not tasted enough blood already? Piero. Cleaning time.
Alright, first boss. Of course he's not weak to dagger.
My turn.
There we go, it's sword, huh?
What to do? Playtime over.
There we go.
Thanks.
Should always probably try to steal from the big bosses, right? Light Soul Stone.
My turn.
No wonder.
Yeah. Open book.
Ha, called it. This is from how the bosses actually have some animation to them.
Afraid of the dark. What to do? My turn.
Should probably actually heal up before we try
I'll
to
take
break.
this.
We're getting a bit low. And he has a double turn coming up.
Cleaning time. What to do? Hero! There! Eat this! Stop this madness, Piero. There's no reason for us to fight.
Oh, but there is, Throne. You are Father's favorite. I cannot be his successor as long as you live. I have to. I must kill you. That's the only way I'll ever be free of this God's forsaken place.
I understand, Piero, but I refuse to die here.
Okay, latent power gate? Where do we see that? Oh, it's in the upper. Okay. And a character takes damage or breaks. Alright.
You really are the best in the nest.
Ready?
Oh, that's a counter stance.
Afraid of the dark. My turn.
Or is it? No, wait. Or is it like a... I think that's Fizz Up. Never mind.
Afraid of the dark.
You're finished!
Yeah, I got the full gauge now. Also, ow.
Ready?
Yeah, but this is the bad time to do it, because isn't hers the double turn one?
My turn.
God, this is gonna sting.
Not look
That's a
bad.
bit better.
I'll take this.
Take
Ready?
You're finished.
My turn.
There we go.
What to do? Hero, watch me! Ready? Eat this!
Oh, great.
This
No,
is far
he's
enough.
faster than us. Crap.
What to do?
He's gonna double turn us?
Ready?
Oh, come on, game.
Take it. It ends here and now.
I'll take this.
Yeah, this guy's a little bit rough for the first fight, isn't he? He steals SP too.
My hero! There!
You're finished.
Cleaning time.
Of course, now we don't really have. Actually, I guess we have a different option that we can do.
What to do? As swift as a snake. Yeah. My turn.
How much HP does this guy get?
Yeah.
Good, he's finally in the red.
What to
Hey,
do?
that'll only do 3. God, I'm finally. Gosh.
I take what I want.
I'm just hit 5. I don't remember Heathcote being that hard for the first boss fight.
Not again. The stench of blood.
You got me good. I should have known. I was no match for the best in the nest. It's up to you now, Throne. You have to be the successor.
That's not what I want. Every time I breathe it in, it feels as though my very lungs are rotting.
Well, did you also start as the Scholar? And apparently you have to do 2 chapters in a row with the Scholar, so I imagine he was way higher level.
What then? What do you want, Throne?
I'm tired, Piro. I just want to be free. To go wherever I want to go.
Free, huh? Sounds nice. But how can you be free with that collar on? Our chains can't be severed. Not ever.
You're wrong. I'll sever them and claim freedom with my own 2 hands.
If anyone can do it, you can. Right? Throne.
Piro. Piro. For the first time in my life, I know what I want. I want to be free. But first, I need to rid myself of this collar. And to do that, I need 2 keys. Mother holds one of them. But she left in search of new members. I must find her if I want that key. Father holds the other. He has gone to Winterbloom and wishes me to be at his side during his next job. Finding him will be easy. Killing him will be much harder. But I must eliminate them both if I'm to get those keys. Now, where to first? For the first time, I cannot wait to see Mother and Father.
Think about it. I wonder if the keys are part of, like, their whole successor gimmick. Like, only the one who can kill both of them and then color themselves is allowed to be the true successor of the Black Snakes. There's a whole lot more people around here.
I'll take...
Nice. Give me a nice speed boost there. Whoops. Wait, I can finally learn skills. Okay, we do still have Shackle, Foe, and Armor growths at least, but we lost SP Thief. How could they do this to us? There's specific skills to a character, huh? I'm gonna guess this is swapping jobs there. Come on. There you go. Nobody there. I didn't recognize you.
I'll take that.
A revive item. If only we actually had more party members. There, first cycle. Ooh. Only ones I want, I probably can't get. It's either mediocre or best. No way I can tell the owner about this. Yeah, faith me. He even promoted me to Master Chef. I just need to create the right menu, you know? Something sensational. Alright, first thing first, gotta get me the tasty grease around. Maybe a Delsta Devil from the cave out east would do the trick. Or they're pretty slippery, but mighty delicious. Alright then. Wait. Oh, this is the Tavern Master, alright. Except it's a cafe.
I'll take that.
And there's our old, our previous dungeon. Who is it? In what way? Oh wait, we've already stolen from you. Is it worse than Alphen was? I felt tired all the time. Even went to see an apothecary, said there was nothing physically wrong with my body. I feel like I'm being watched. It's impossible to relax. There could be some kind of bad spirit following me around. Get one of those special invigorating stones on the western continent. Just don't have the energy to make the journey. Okay, we have to go to a different continent for this guy. Thinking, oh, I need the merchant for that one. Is speed anything? Oh, so we can actually get like stat buff and debuffs from Concoct. Oh god, I think they just made the freaking apothecary worse. Not there. Very poor chances there. Bit parchment, quite not quite in the mood for wine at the moment. Bring me fruit. I need some ripe grapes. Will suffice. Goodness gracious, my throat is drier than the desert sand. Pay you leave, so don't wait another second. Oh, okay, so it's just normal healing grapes. I was as thirsty as I thought, nor do I like grapes, so I'm not even said how long it took. I literally just handed it to you, dude. Just like giving them to me, I will graciously throw them away for the both of us. Now you want the money, don't you? So take your leaves and be on your way. Hectic, what? Oh, he wants a plum, alright. Just as I asked. Have a mind of your own, do you? There were so many better things you could have brought me, but here we are. Tried your best, suppose. Shame on me for expecting better of a commoner, but lesson learned. What? He just keeps going. I have a feeling that we're just gonna cycle through the same two options there. Do I need to get the warrior to beat his ass to teach him a lesson? Hey, please don't go there. Don't try and stop me. I'm going to that game parlor whether you like it or not. Gotta win for sure this time, so don't ruin this for me. Why won't you listen to me? But someone please stop him. Feeling I don't have the right one for that. Raspberry.
I'll take that.
Okay, we've already gotten you. Should probably buy some more grapes before we head out. Can't steal from that guy. What? Oh, there we go. Leads us to the other part of town. Hey, I can ambush them, but I can't steal from them. Did it suddenly become nighttime or something? Not sure why I would want to knock him out. And now it's only nighttime. So it automatically turns night whenever I come in here, I guess? Holy crap. Okay, so you hit R2 and it automatically swaps time. That's kind of nuts. Guess it makes it easier to try different options. There we go. Manager is here to cure our terror, apparently. Get a horrifying nut and a stuffed toy. The muscle man of cute taste, I guess. Yeah, just has candy. God, a long day of work. I just want to have my candy, man. Stealing from you. Okay. This magically appears, alright. Get some more nuts. Now that I think about it, I guess I can't, like, swap time to nighttime to try to steal from people. You can't steal at night. You can only knock people out. Beefy Scholar, that just sounds wrong. This character, like, description is like, The Fugitive, that's the name of the frickin' movie I was thinking of, with Harrison Ford trying to find the killer of his wife who framed him for murder. That raw thief, he took my bag. What do I do now? Won't be able to continue my travels without it. Are you a traveler? I'm also on a journey. My name is Al. It's a pleasure to meet you. I heard this area is quite dangerous, so you best be careful. He's bound at night. I lost my bag to one such man. And you figure out how to get it back. Yeah, I just figured that out. Arger monsters come out at night. I probably want to watch out for that initially.
Let's play. Ready? Cleaning time.
Okay, good. That did finish him
All
off.
tidied up.
Another level for me. Ooh, that's a pretty big hit to our accuracy at this point.
Come and get me.
Caught by surprise!
Damn. Ready?
Oh, got rid of my buffs.
Cleaning time.
That was enough to kill it without the buffs. Great.
My turn. What to do? And so it goes. Time to clean up the filth. Ready?
Oh, good.
There! What? Eat this! I take what I want.
Oh, God. We've already had Don Quixote go and stab one of our members in the back of the head. Like, with very little provocation, so, oh. Hey, ever seen a place like this? Hey, who are you? You got business with me? You no idea who you're dealing with, do you? It's a man, I'll go easy on you. Hand over all your leaves now.
Get me. Ready? There!
Good.
Cleaning time.
Now, why do we have enough freaking speed variance to cause this?
Ready? Watch me.
Let's break him.
What?
I did actually manage to get my phone account to transfer onto a phone emulator on my computer, so I can actually use that account. And it's definitely had way better luck in draws than my original one did. What was wrong with you? Damn, you could have it. Stupid bag's worthless anyway. Like, I have 4 egos in that account, so that one's going pretty good. It also has 5 triple zeros too, so yeah, it's doing better overall. It's hit my bag. Don't tell me you got it back for the thief. Yeah, thank you enough. Now I can continue my journey. Thank you truly. It's not much, but I want you to have it by way of thanks. Be off now. Pray we meet again. Completed our first sub-story. That's some nice money. Grapes are definitely appreciated. Where does the boat come from?
Time to clean up the
Very, we can still have fights on the frickin' canoe.
cleaning time. There! What?
Why are we fighting a night raven during the day? Great. Introduced to puffs and debuffs, huh?
Cleaning time. What? All tidied up.
Where are we even going? It looks like this is actually the right way to reach... Oh. No, there... God, that one's level 16. North from this area seems to be like what would lead to the cleric.
Come and get me.
Fish!
Cleaning time. My turn. Eat this. Ready? My turn. And so it goes.
And everything around here seems to have pretty big health, doesn't it? It can survive a full break. Here. Feathered hat. Definitely better than my current helm.
Time to clean up the filth. What to
Just
do?
can't go anywhere without being accosted by birds. Here.
You're too kind.
Oh, that works.
All tidied up.
Good old HP thief.
Come and get me. What to do?
Freaking hell, go away, bird.
Please. You're too kind. And so it goes.
Danger level of 5 around here, huh? Oh, and there we go. Gotta head to that house location over there.
Time to clean up the filth. What to do?
Thank you, you're not weak to daggers.
Ready?
Alrighty. There we go.
What? Playtime's over. You're too kind. I take what I want.
Alright, time to go meet with the Spanish Inquisition.
Let's play. Ready? My turn. You're too kind. And so it goes.
Very nice. Level up right before we reach the next town. Yeah, I figured we still had the same fast travel system from Octopath 1.
Show yourself, cleric. We want to render our judgment in person. We understand you've been spreading some fantasy about a sacred flame, and we won't stand for it. We are the truth.
That's why you're called Insurgent.
Well, this is quite the scene. I've already driven them off once, but I see they haven't learned their lesson. A lesson they won't learn if I leave them be. Would you mind assisting me? I promise I mean you no harm. Ah, that is a great help. I feel the light of the sacred flame shining upon me.
So the cleric's not the only sacred flame worshiper, huh? That's just as well. We'll rid this place of as many of you as we have to.
Come and get me. Ready?
Thought he was gonna help us here.
My turn. What to do? There! Cleaning.
Took some of my HP. Give it back.
You're too kind. I take what I want.
Impossible.
You are quite the capable companion. Yes, very reliable. Forgive me for not introducing myself. I am Temenos. As you can see, I am a cleric. I was just about to set off on a journey. You see, I'm investigating something. In fact, in lieu of thanks, how about I join you on your journey? I am honored.
It is all up. Let's hear it. Darkness and confusion reigned. The hearts of the people ran over with weakness. The world seemed eager to greet its end. The 8 gods assembled. With their sacred flame brought light to the world.
O Elfric, the day is wicked.
We give our power to you. You must stop Vide.
Those names are familiar.
Rest well, my fellow gods. I shall put an end to Vide's wickedness. The truth lies in the flame.
Okay then. We can't open the menu, see Aelfric's stats.
us in shadow.
Now I am become chaos. Devourer of all life in this world. Even you, foolish gods. All shall be mine.
You have made your choice, V-Day. And now my righteous flames shall turn you to ash. Flames, aid me.
Well then.
May the sacred flame guide me.
That doesn't really hurt.
You will atone for your sins.
We not get BP here? No, we can't boost either.
You will atone for your sins. Flames, aid me. You will atone for your sins.
Is this the best you can do, Alfred? Enough of this foolishness. I shall devour you as well.
This seems like a good point to... Yep. Well then.
You cannot possibly hope to best me. See how the light fades from this world.
No.
What did you say?
The flame has been entrusted to me. From its humble light shall a fire be lit, shining its light upon the darkness. I fight in me yet. My fellow gods, let us illuminate the shadows!
Give him all the things.
I am eternal. I will engulf this world. Through the malice of the people.
Burn bright, O sacred flame, from our hearts. From our hearts.
Dot dot dot.
What was the next line?
Burn bright, O sacred flame, from our hearts. From our hearts. What was the next line?
You forgot! It's dried the shadows from our hearts!
Ah, yes. My apologies. You've a fine memory, young man.
Everyone knows how that part goes, Temenos. At least get your own performance right.
Now then, with that foible behind me. Elfric's flames consumed the wicked V-Day, and disaster was averted. The 8 gods, their power drained, fell into a long slumber. They then began became the sacred flame that keeps the darkness at bay. And thus, the people continue to live in light and warmth. For the sacred flame ever shines upon them.
That was pretty good, Temenos. Except for the lines you forgot. Again.
You're quite a demanding audience.
When are you going to commit the story to memory, Temenos? Do get a hold of yourself, Inquisitor.
I shall, Mint.
Now, here are your candles of the sacred flame. Return to your homes, light them, and open your hearts. Let their warm glow illuminate every corner of your souls.
Thanks, Sister Mint. I like your hair ornament.
Why, thank you. We are all born with shadow inside us. Shadow manifests in our worst instincts: anger, hatred, resentment, and jealousy, to name a few. But the sacred flame drives these shadows away, leading us to the light.
Oh, it's the Pontiff!
Ah, Your Holiness. Please forgive the unruly scene.
Nonsense. The children seem to be enjoying themselves.
I pray that is the case.
Might I have a word, Temenos?
Gladly, Pontiff.
Temenos, does the village seem at peace?
It does, at a glance. But shadows lurk around every corner.
And that, my son, is why I've a job for you. We've had no major incidents since I appointed you to the Inquisition. However, since arriving here, I've felt forces mobilizing against the Church. Now, I know your position as Inquisitor keeps you plenty busy.
But I need you to go inquisit all over this place.
But I beg you to aid me, Temenos. I know I can trust you. Just as I trusted Roy.
You shower me with undue praise, Pontiff.
Are you two keeping secrets from me?
Oh yes, Mint. Grave secrets. Now then, I must take my leave. I have others waiting on me, you see. Come to the cathedral this evening. I have much to tell you.
And Mint's either gonna end up dead or behind it all, isn't she?
The truth lies in the flame.
Who was that?
I believe that was Lucian, a theologian from the Western Shore. What brings him all the way to meet with the Pontiff, I wonder?
Murder?
Is there no end to the pile of secrets in this place?
I've a little while before my meeting with His Holiness. Perhaps a stroll through the town is in order.
Yeah, we can check out his skills, heal wounds. Defense and elemental defense, huh? Before, as I recall, they only got the elemental defense buff. I'm sorry, what? Why does the cleric get the thief's steal SP? Well, that's heals for days. Although I guess it's using staves though, so it probably wouldn't do nearly as much damage, would it? Huh. They lost Reflect and got Sacred Shield instead. And also this. Well, that's fairly similar. They're directed from the Sacred Guard. They have asked us to be on guard against the rising number of heretics these days. Well, I mean, we're playing as an Inquisitor. What kind of quest line would he have if that didn't involve heretics? But for some reason, I thought you'd be much scarier. And Temenos, did the children enjoy the retelling of the histories? Bald heretics, you asked me every last one of them. Every last one of who?
What's all this commotion?
Listen to me, you fools! The Church uses the sacred flame to deceive us. But the truth shall be exposed. The purge begins here and now. Open your eyes. The truth lies within all of us.
You are the ones who must open your eyes.
A Sanctum Knight, are you?
Newly anointed, but yes. Why do you rage against the sacred flame? I beg you, look inside yourself and repent.
You didn't say they'd set the knights upon us.
Ah! You cowards!
Oh?
I'll start the purge with this cleric. That ought to open your eyes. You'll see that the sacred flame protects no one.
How dare you!
Oh dear. It seems I've been captured.
You sound so worried.
But while we're here, allow me to ask. You're a heretic, are you not?
What?
Oh, sacred flame, shine your light upon us. Behold, the protection afforded by the sacred flame.
Oh, you saved us, Temenos.
Thank him, not me.
Is that the Staff of Judgment? Are you the Inquisitor?
That I am.
My word, it is an honor to meet you. Only the best among us are chosen to assume the honorable role of Inquisitor. I hope to one day join your ranks.
You're an unusual fellow. Do you have a burning desire to recount our history ad nauseum?
Our history?
Indeed. What is your name?
Crick, sir. I've been assigned to escort duty at the cathedral.
Well now, I can certainly vouch for your swordsmanship.
How? He never really swung his blade. Or can you just read the stance?
The church.
Indeed. The Sacred Guard increases its defenses as we speak.
Unbelievable. What are those gods of ours thinking? Peacetime is no time to be lax in your duties.
Did I hear you directing those words at the gods? The very gods you Inquisitors are messengers for.
There is such a thing as trusting too much, Crick. I dare say even our gods would be relieved at hearing such a frivolous comment from me.
I must be dreaming. These cannot be the words of a clergyman.
Doubt is what I do, Crick.
Press
If you'll
X to
excuse me,
doubt.
I must go greet the pontiff.
Then you had better turn around. The cathedral's not that way.
Please. I've only just been assigned.
Goodness, I must admit I fear for you.
Oh, you're my guide
My
tutorial,
little
aren't you?
wayward lamb, I shall guide you to the cathedral.
Yep.
Wayward lamb?
Yep. Follow me, lost child.
Right this way.
Yeah, not the biggest buff, honestly. Looking for, here we go. Let's pick up some healing grapes since we're kind of low. I know we are currently playing as the healer, but you never know when you might run out of SP and need to use some items. This town is literally called Flame Church, huh? Wait, is it? This is actually a dungeon, alright.
Where was I? Join me, little lamb.
I imagine we don't need to actually worry about Crick losing us for using him too much. Lamp wasn't that fancy.
I'll protect you.
Very well.
A god's blade with
Werewolf,
repent.
holy light, illuminate the darkness. Ah, goodness, what a tantrum that was.
SP, MP, it's the same goddamn thing. Just a different letter. And Lord knows we've been using MP for longer.
The sun hangs low. We can ill afford to dawdle. The beasts grow in number at night.
Then we must steel ourselves and proceed with caution.
You're a stalwart companion. The Sanctum Knights are handpicked.
It's a different word to describe the exact same thing we've been using for years.
They're even called God's Blade by some, and reportedly capable of felling 1,000 beasts.
You may trust me with your life, Temenos. This god's blade is with you.
Did my eyes deceive me? During that last fight, I was certain... Yes, I do believe you hid behind me the entire time.
What? Why, that's preposterous. I swear on my reputation as a knight, I shall protect you.
Then my eyes deceived me, and I meant no disrespect. I hereby place my life in your hands, God's Blade.
Very good. You'll not catch me hiding, sir.
Now then, let us be off.
Although I warn you, I may not be done trolling you yet. That's a tough nut to crack.
To battle!
Oh, he's like, okay.
Oh dear. Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
There we go.
Take that!
To battle! Now!
Bro, I won't back down. Holy light, illuminate the
Hey,
darkness.
when it comes to nut jokes, that's a clean one compared to what I could say.
Not what I do.
Magic canoe activate. Ring. Ooh, very nice. If only we could take his gear, that's way better than ours. Guess I could have said something like, well, something about busting nuts, I guess.
Get back down!
To work.
To battle! Now! I'll cleave you in twain! I did it! Are you alright, Temenos?
And here we are, my lost lamb.
I beg you, cease calling me a lamb of any sort. My name is Crick, and you would do well to remember it.
Yes, but lamb is better than crick. Come on. You're just 2 letters away from cricket. Are you also named Jiminy?
My apologies, Crick. As I said, here we are, the Order of the Sacred Flames Cathedral. Are you quite prepared? Huh. This is certainly strange. It's locked. Your Holiness, 'tis I, Temenos. Hello? Are you in there? Would you be so kind as to open the door? I fear I shall catch a sickness.
Did the Pontiff truly invite you here? I must say, I'm beginning to doubt you're the Inquisitor at all.
Learned to doubt at last, have you? And yes, he himself told me to meet him here this evening. Perhaps something's gone wrong. How about it, Crick? Can a god's blade with one mighty swing
Cut through the door like a damned criminal? Absolutely not!
Oh dear. But so be it. We'll just have to think of another way to get inside.
Have you hit upon one? Can you hear me? Temenos, we'll catch our death out here if we don't think of something. Inquisitor Temenos!
Oh, hello there, Crick.
Is everything quite all right? You look dead on your feet.
My apologies. I cannot help but concentrate quite deeply when I ponder a problem. A bad habit, I admit.
I picked that up from my buddy Cyrus.
Thanks to that bad habit, however, I've thought of something. The cathedral underwent significant repairs 2 years ago. Surely those who assisted with the repairs still live here. Perhaps interrogating them will shed some light on the way forward.
No introduction to his night action.
What are you planning to do to them?
Let us be off.
And there's a random shop here. Wait, we have to fight him?
I will get answers.
Okay. I must break you. Okay, so we just have to inflict a break. Got it. I guess it's light for this guy.
Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
Yeah.
Where was I? Holy light.
I guess this is a third way to do the inquiry action instead of it being level or chance based. Now, it works for a local group of bandits, though he's considering leaving so he can settle down with his beloved, seeing repentance as a first step toward the life he wishes to lead. He visits the cathedral nightly to pray. Last, no amount of prayers will help free him from his collar. I guess he's another member of the Black Snakes. Oh my.
Oh dear. Take that!
Nope, not that. Oh, this ain't gonna go well.
How could I fall?
So it goes.
Oh, he got all of his stats back. What the heck? Is that freaking Billy from Xenogears?
Time for some
Oh no, he's not wielding a gun.
Very well.
There we go, someone who's actually weak to staves.
Oh dear.
But I used up SP to heal myself before the fight, and I got that back. Where from Montwise, who mostly studies the Order of the Sacred Flames history, the cathedral is said to contain extremely valuable books such as the journals of past pontiffs, with all their inner thoughts laid bare. Even the vast library of Montwise holds such intimate insight.
Very.
Oop, hello.
I will. Very well.
Help.
Oh dear. Holy light, illuminate the darkness. To work. Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
Architect and religious zealot involved with the cathedral repairs 2 years ago. He built an underground passage leading to the cathedral's interior to grant his crew free access during the repairs. The passage remains accessible via a small building in the cathedral's east.
Oh. The smaller building east of the cathedral hides a subterranean passage no longer in use. Blessings of the sacred flame unto you, Vados, for this gift. I see, I see. I must say, I did not expect to be heading underground. The path is open, Crick.
The path. Which you forcibly opened, despite being a messenger of the gods.
And the gods did give their messengers flame to light the way forward. I did as the scriptures bade, Crick. I used the flame vested in me to open the way forward.
Forgive us our sins, O gods.
My goodness. Those of your ilk must lead an exhausting life.
And how is it that people of your ilk get chosen to serve on the Inquisition?
You don't know what the Inquisition does?
It's quite simple, really. The sacred flame flickers. This is an ill omen.
What?
I am overcome with unease. Nevertheless, we press on.
What about you?
I will. Well,
actually has quite a bit of shields compared to the others.
Very well.
How's that?
Book lover whose lust for the order's luxurious library drove her to study hard and become a cleric. Her joy when she was assigned to be to that very library, though it should be noted that she loves the feel and smell of old books more than the words contained therein.
Very useful.
Yes, now we are off to his dungeon. Got a magic boat. Alrighty then.
To battle!
He lowered elemental resist, blinded, and also lowered their physical defense, looks like. Yeah, weird.
So sorry to work.
Oh, not actually weak to staves? Surprise.
Where was I? Holy light, illuminate the darkness. Fighting is not what I do.
Oh, there's another chest over there we could have gotten if I hadn't just jumped in the boat. I should probably try to hit level 5 before we go on up, right?
To work. Take that!
To battle! Now!
Alright.
Oh dear. There. To work. Repent. Holy light, illuminate the darkness. Ah, goodness. What a tantrum that was.
There we go. Also a nice and easy SP refill. There we go. Almost said MP again. Huh. Looks like that should be like interactable or something.
Stand back! To battle!
Bravo, little lad.
My name is Greg, damn it!
Very well.
Well done!
To
Repent!
holy light, illuminate the darkness. May the sacred flame guide you, or something like that.
Andy! You figure something called the Staff of Judgment would have better stats than a Pilgrim Rod, you know? We're about to our fight. Or a boss fight, I guess. It kind of feels like he might need the fur armor. Some very big bonus to his physical defense. And we'll probably be fighting a mage type boss, I imagine. It's interesting how instead of like having everybody else join everyone else on their like, you know, their dungeon and boss fights and all that, they instead just make him run solo now. It does get over some of those little hang-ups from the previous one, like why would someone like Tressa help out Therian robbing the mansion at the start of his story? Well,
Your Holiness. Please, no. He's dead.
What in the world? What's happening, Temenos?
Shh.
oh my, that's Big Wolf.
Is that an arcane beast?
Could it have shattered the window? Surely not.
Stand back, Temenos. I will protect you.
I appreciate your courage, but I need not be sheltered from any and all danger.
Temenos.
Here it comes, Crick. To battle, Crick. Where was I?
Well then.
Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
I guess weak to swords and stage 2, right? Ow.
Very well.
Thankfully, we actually have a healer this go around.
Forgive me, Temenos.
Makes life so much simpler.
Where was I?
Oh, really? This is other weakness then.
Very well. Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
On my honor as a knight, I'll cleave you in twain.
To work.
And I even dropped to half health yet.
You're welcome.
Ow.
Will you cower behind me yet again, dear Crick?
You may as well get behind me if all you have to offer are cruel jokes. In the sacred name of the Thunderblade, I will smite this creature.
Well now, you may prove reliable yet. In which case, I had better do my part.
We unlocked his
Very
special.
well.
Yep.
Be healed.
Thank To battle!
Judgment. Or you throw shield points with any attack regardless of their
Very
weakness.
well.
Well then.
Atone for your sins.
Oh, it only lasts a single turn. Oh god.
Oh dear.
Didn't realize that.
My honor as a knight!
Oopsie doopsie.
Wrong. Heal. Holy light. Illuminate the darkness.
My honor as a knight!
Good, it's below half health
I'll
now.
cleave you in twain!
To work. I'll take this.
We might want to guaranteed full heals. It's probably gonna, yeah. Do something big.
Where was I? There.
What?
To battle!
Right.
Oh dear. Holy light. Illuminate the darkness.
Well, that just sting.
No!
Oh, I can't even. Okay.
I will protect you!
Be healed.
Thank you. To battle!
Man, but that did not increase as much as I thought it would. Also, ow.
Where was I? Atone for your sins.
It does not like Tenemos.
Now!
Wrong. Repent. Holy light. Illuminate the darkness.
On my honor as a knight! I'll cleave you in twain!
It's not dead.
Very well. You're welcome. That's that.
There we go.
Fighting is not what I do.
I guess his judgment ability would kind of sync up better with something like Hunter or Warrior for 1,000 spears and the multi-hit bow moves.
Pontiff.
Why did this happen? And how?
Steady yourself, Crick. We must keep our wits about us.
Forgive me.
Enormous claw marks down his back. The beast did this, without a doubt. He's yet warm. We're too late, but not by much.
What a horrific accident.
An accident? You view life through a keyhole, Crick.
How do you mean?
It's
A cathedral
murder.
window shattered. A massive beast roaming within. The Pontiff slain.
Temenos. Temenos?
The truth lies in the flame.
Okay then.
Given the current scene, I believe this is roughly how things looked before the Pontiff was slain. First, we must find out how the beast came to be here. It must have left a trace somewhere around here. Now, let us be led to the truth.
Well then. Hearing scent of incense.
Looks like someone burnt incense here. It smells of fool's poppy. A flower known to attract all manner of beasts, but especially those of the Varg family. In other words, it's no coincidence we found that foul creature here. It must have been lured to the cathedral.
At our cathedral window.
Shards of the cathedral window are scattered across the floor. But this window contains powerful wards that keep evil at bay. So how did it get through? This shard has a bit of dirt on it. As though it landed outside the cathedral.
Stage light on me.
Suppose it did land outside the cathedral. The window could have been broken from within, and the shards retroactively scattered inside. In which case, this was not the beast's doing, but the work of another. I see it now. The broad strokes of the scene have become apparent. Though, one thing still troubles me.
Toppled candlesticks.
The 4 toppled candlesticks. These are never seen in the cathedral but for a few important ceremonies. So, why were they out tonight?
Where is he? 3?
The Pontiff once told me that the flames of these candles represent the sacred flame itself. The gods, eager to seal their evil counterpart away, became as 4 sacred flames and settled into slumber. The truth lies in the flame.
Heresy!
It's a recreation of the scripture. This is no mere coincidence. It was premeditated. Yes. I do believe I have it figured, Crick.
Ah, Temenos. Welcome back.
Why do you go where I can't follow?
The fragments of the window, you see. If you look closely, they've flecks of dirt upon them, which suggest it was broken from within, and the shards were scattered across the floor afterward. Add that to this censer, which contained the lingering scent of an incense known to lure all manner of monsters.
That was supposed to lure in the Varg family.
You mean...
Someone shattered the window and attracted the beast, which killed His Holiness.
This is no accident, but a murder.
I am all but certain.
Who would do such a thing?
Indeed, that is the question. I believe we have a hint, however. Look. These candlesticks were carelessly toppled. You may suppose they were knocked aside when the pontiff was attacked. But these are only taken out for a handful of important ceremonies. So why were they out tonight and surrounding the altar, no less? The gods, eager to seal their evil counterpart away, became as 4 sacred flames and settled into slumber.
That's a book of scripture. But why was it hidden away in the pulpit?
The truth lies in the flame. I believe His Holiness sensed the impending danger and hid it for us to find, hoping that someone would understand the significance of all this. There is something in this bit of scripture, a truth not yet uncovered.
That will be all, Inquisitor Temenos. The Sacred Guard will take over from here.
Why are you here?
We got word of a beast prowling the area, but I see we're too late. And I see the Pontiff's been killed.
Ooh, tipped you
We'll be
off.
asking for your statements later. Leave at once, and take nothing with you.
Do you not know what an Inquisitor is? I'm pretty sure you don't want me bringing you in for heresy, do you?
Crick, I've something to ask of you. I need you to investigate something for me.
Oh? And what might that be?
Several days later.
O gods above, Pontiff Jorg, father to our flock, was as the sacred flame unto us, scattering the shadows cast along our path. And we shall tell his story for generations to come. Your Holiness.
This cannot be.
The sacred flame itself wavers in sadness this day. We may never fully comprehend what we've lost.
We meet again, Deputy.
I wanted to speak with you since you discovered the scene. Did you take note of anything unusual?
Let me think. No, not a thing.
We both know that's not true, Temenos. Reflect on what the dear Pontiff would think of your lies. We, the Sacred Guard, are an independent investigative body within the Church.
Isn't that what an Inquisitor's supposed to be?
Upheld order and peace within the Church's purview. The Pontiff set up the Inquisition so that he could participate in that process. But now he's gone. Perhaps it's time you got to proselytizing.
Have you anything useful to say, or have you simply come to crow at me? Is it not the duty of the Sacred Guard to protect the Church's influential members? Is the onus not, therefore, on you?
Heel, pup. You're still playing the Pontiff's loyal hound, I see.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have other matters to look into. To the library with us, Crick.
That we're an Inquisition, but we're not actually the Inquisition. We have made for the archives.
Why did you feel the need to provoke her, Temenos?
I was merely pointing out the facts.
By lying? You said you didn't notice anything at the cathedral.
I'd like to say that was born of simple expedience. They may be your compatriots, Crick, but they are not to be trusted. So, did you do as I asked?
Well, I asked everyone who would have been in the cathedral that night. But not a soul saw anyone suspicious.
Which begs the question of how the Sacred Guard found out.
Temenos? Wait, that's the book of scripture we found at the cathedral!
Eh, it looks like Temenos had my line of thinking of who told the Sacred Guard.
This was a parting gift from the Pontiff. We cannot be shouting about it from the rooftops.
Is it of any significance?
It looks like any other book. Oh. There's a note between the pages.
Soon night shall fall.
What does it mean?
Nothing good, of course.
I've not a clue. But it's clearly of grave importance. Ah, if it isn't the Sacred Guard, do you still have need of us?
Crick, you've been reassigned.
Understood.
You'll be informed of the location later. Pack your belongings. I've no need of you, Hound.
Reassigned as quickly as you were recruited. It was a short and beautiful friendship, Crick.
I'm sure we won't meet again later. Totally not.
I see you won't be taken in.
We weren't in each other's company long. But I believe I see what His Holiness saw in you. Why you were chosen.
It was an honor, Crick.
What will you do now?
I think I shall set off on a journey.
A journey?
Indeed. To find the one who murdered the Pontiff. I have a hunch, you see. And well, doubt is what I do.
Take care of yourself, Temenos.
Never, you can't make me.
First, I must meet with Lucian, the theologian. The one who was with the Pontiff, and thus is now of great interest to me. His Holiness concerned himself with the movements of the heretics while alive. So an interrogation of Lucian may be in order. Though I cannot help but wonder. The pontiff left that note in the scripture. He knew his own death was nigh. And soon night shall fall. I must divine the truth behind those words.
Temenos.
Suspicious lady!
I heard the news that you're leaving the village.
Forgive me for not saying farewell, Mint. This is to be a journey of healing. I must mend my broken heart. Or so I'd like you to believe.
'Tis impossible to know what goes on in that mind of yours. But I know you'll conduct yourself well. I shall miss your orations of the history, Temenos. Farewell.
Farewell, Mint.
Please, keep in touch. If you'd like, that is.
Temenos leaves the city determined to get to the bottom of the pontiff's murder. Soon night shall fall. The phrase found at the scene of the murder echoes in his head. It is his duty as Inquisitor to shine the sacred flame's light upon the truth, come what may.
The sacred flame shall light our path. Probably.
With that, we got ourselves another character finally. Alright, we actually have enough for another one of hers. Yeah, armor corrosive. We get our first support skill. Oh, yeah, that's right. Kind of a meh one, honestly. So you gotta get mystical staff for free SP. Like, seriously. Oh! We can just see what they are. Just wondering. Alright. It's got an auto life passive. And better healing. Fleetfoot's back. Inflicting. Huh, that's a new one. 50% chance to give someone a debuff when they get hit. Okay, we get bonus XP and JP at night. Interesting. Kukris. Tempting. Here's a save point. You save before stealing. Couple of decent ones. Need more levels.
Come, my...
Might as well. Two-star.
Come, my...
Quest, like we see more people coming on pilgrimage to the cathedral than ever before. Unfortunately, the path of the cathedral is poorly lit and dangerous for your unprepared. Crawling as it is with petrifying... Oh no, not petrification. Nails of the sacred flame have the power to keep those creatures at bay. Placing them along the road path could provide relief. Maybe some patron could pick up some candles and put them at my disposal. Okay. Ooh, yours are very hard to steal. Oh! Well, that would be nice if we had the merchant, I guess. Really? My first 80% I try, I fail.
I'll take that.
My luck's coming back.
I'll take
Taking
that.
candy from a baby. Literally. Ooh, protective earrings. Okay, we can't steal his poisons. No, it's not you, it's you. So that one we get. Very nice boost. Take that. Yeah, that's right, I did have a spare for armor. Yeah, that's enough to cover one of the my fur armor. This leads to his little dungeon. Why did it turn to night? At level 12 to ambush them, alright. I can hope that it doesn't happen like that. So I guess for now we'll head back to New Delsta. We're gonna be starting going south. That we can reach Ochetta? Yeah, Ochet. For her mission. Apparently the Scholar one is really freaking long. Probably better if we grab the whole party before we start doing his stuff.
Come and get me.
Oh dear.
Bacon.
Ready?
Bacon's pissed. Not actually weak to knives. Alright, got it.
Bravo, Temino. You're too kind. And so it goes.
This Tenemos ain't that far behind us. Oh, and I see a little dungeon over. Okay, so that. Oh, is there another exit out of New Delsta? Oops. There's a dungeon on the map, so I quickly want to go into it to add it to our map.
My turn.
To work.
What? I take what I want.
We reached down there. Whoa, this is danger level 6. Oh. Isn't that one of the freaking class shrines over there on the map?
Let's play. Ready?
Nope. wonder how bad the penalty for dying is.
Not bad.
Well.
Not like this.
There we go. Back to the last save, got it. Okay, got to a save point. Now with the means to our south. Alter the Prince of Thieves. Chosen Thief unto thee, I grant a new power. Now that I think about it, we might want to try to sneak in and try to grab Cleric. Wait, what? It doesn't give us optional the other jobs? Yeah, I never did this. That's pretty strong. Has to be the town. Oh, hey, didn't try to steal from you. Yeah. Not major. How do we get the job system unlocked then? Or does that just happen naturally in this one as opposed to like unnaturally like in the first game?
Cleaning time.
There! Bravo! You won't be needed. May the sacred flame guide you, or something like that.
Okay. Lay you back there. Come on. Another fur armor. Guess we can give that to Ochet. Borderlands, Flame Church, Brightlands. Alright.
Time to clean up the filth. What to do?
Where was I? Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
You're too kind.
Oh, you won't be needed. Goodness, what a tantrum that was.
Nice, level 9.
Time to clean up the filth.
Versus we got caught.
Where was I?
Okay, the buffs and debuffs going off are nice.
Let's play.
So sorry.
Wait, what? Did we get ambushed? Crap. Oh, that ain't good.
Not like this.
Yep.
Time to clean up the filth.
Oh dear.
There we go. Curses.
How could I fall?
My turn.
Well. I wonder what even the odds of running away here are. Is this one really far away?
Ready?
I'm calling bullshit on these freaking blindness. Yeah, missed once.
I suggest you get out of
Keep
my
getting
way.
into the same encounter at the same spot, it feels like.
Cleaning time.
Not like this.
Oh, we're dead.
How could I fall?
This is suffering much pay for getting something that we shouldn't have yet. So I think about what about if we swap it to daytime?
Do be gentle.
Cleaning time.
You don't get the buffs anyway. Did it? Oh my.
Not like this.
I'm only like... I was wondering if I could manipulate encounters like that. And the game was not happy that I was doing that.
Ready?
Well. I was thinking like, wait, what if we can't actually get into like a fight while we're transitioning to like daytime?
Let's play.
To work.
We're getting bone trousled by an octopuff. At least it doesn't hit as hard as the normal guys around here. They said they're for like money, right?
How could I fall?
Time.
There we go. Aha, still made it. What? Wait, Cleric's Guild? Oh, okay. This is how. Oh, right. Legendary arms? The tale of mysterious web has said that sealing away a certain evil entity will cause it to transform into a staff. The delights in the dark is found in children's hearts and even take hold of them. Any child possessed can be seen wandering nearby at dawn. Okay. Interesting. An altar has chosen cleric with special powers. Church built to protect that very altar. Alright. Oh god, where's the Thief Guild then? Admittedly, I don't know how well he would really do as a thief, but still. Having options is better than not. Wait. How do I highlight whatever that icon is? Here's where we found the Prince of Thieves altar. Quickly flee! This doesn't let us head south. How do... It looks like... we need to go down this way. It looks like it comes out from the freaking town here. But I mean, the exits on the map don't really go along with that.
Ready?
Oh dear. Very well.
Okay. I guess. Oh, guess they don't have the overheal skill sub skill anymore. So I guess that replaces that.
And so it goes. Here's the option of the river, kind of? Cleaning time.
Very... Now try!
Eat this! I take what I want.
Rona, your pose really doesn't fit being a cleric. Oh, okay. I like doing that. Firstly, how do we... Wait, is it actually the underground waterway that takes us out, then? We got it on the map to know it exists.
Do be gentle. To work.
My turn. What? All tidied up.
Here's the door where Donnie died. It's further on.
Let's play.
Where was I?
Cleaning time.
There!
Oh, oh, goodness. What a tantrum that was.
Yeah, there's actual treasure back here. A div ring. That's it? How the hell do we go south? Wait, I was right about the ship option?
Do be gentle.
Friggin' rats.
What to do? You're too kind.
Where was I? Oh, now die!
Ready?
Eat this!
I take what I want.
Okay, I guess let's give this a shot then. The southern way over here. What the heck, game?
Cleaning time.
Whoa, take that!
Are we really that close in speed that he keeps overtaking us?
There!
All tidied up.
There's kind of one more to the southeast. The southwest one is what takes us back to the first area.
Come and get me.
To work.
Cleaning time.
Whoa!
What to do?
Eat this!
And so it goes.
Hey, he can get another skill now. Race defense. Probably should get luminescence or revive. Although revive's more for, you know, when I do my whole go where I'm not supposed to go thing. Oh wait, yeah, we've been here.
Do be gentle. To work.
Matt.
Could I fall?
Ooh.
No.
Seriously, where are we supposed to go? Why does South not exist for you, game? Just keeps us going in that way.
Let's play.
Very well.
I don't feel like dealing with you right now. I'm currently being very frustrated figuring out where I'm supposed to go. The weapon left? Why would going north help this? Is that what this is? That's a ship on the map. And it goes over here. Oh. I feel like that could have been, you know, told to us a bit better.
What to do?
Very well.
Well, in my defense, on the map, it actually shows that there's a road going south from New Delsta to, well, like the lower area.
Ready? All tidied up.
I mean, seriously, doesn't this look like, yeah, like there's still a road going down here? You can also go over here and check out this friggin' cabin that's been taunting us for a while. Ooh.
Oh dear.
I guess, but I think it's pretty natural to think, oh hey, oh wait, wrong move. Anyway, I think it's pretty natural to look at that and think, oh, I probably have to go this way if I want to go pick Bochette.
Holy light, illuminate the darkness. Ah, goodness, what a tantrum that was.
Oh hey, you have a side quest. Hello, what brings you here? Wait, don't tell me, I already know! You came to see what I, Arcad, the genius inventor, come up with this time! Like so surprised my eyes see well. Now, I normally don't do this, but since you've shown such an interest in my inventions, I shall explain what they do. Feature your eyes on my firstborn, I call it the Changeable Catapult. It is a highly advanced device capable of launching any object of a certain size, that is. And what's more, one can simply can decide exactly where such an object will land simply by reconfiguring the firing mechanism. Now then, let me turn your attention to my second invention. I call these stylish shoes Springy Boots. Not only are they beautiful with a quality leather finish, they are also highly functional with spring-boosted heels. Those powerful springs give the wearer a boost in speed, allowing them to move exponentially faster than an average person. Thus, it seems that my genius inventions are simply beyond the comprehension of the common folk. But you, my friend, are far from common. You appreciate my work, which is why you have a responsibility, nay, a duty to assist me. Of course, you may spread word of my invention to every corner of the realm, and to do that, you will need this. Okay, but that even you should be able to reproduce my creations. Or you ask, allow me to put your mind at ease. Merely at the beginning, I have countless ideas, but simply lack the materials to bring them to life. Which is where you come in. I have already made a list of what I require and placed them on my display cases. You need only procure those materials. Now off you go, my lovely assistant. Use the fruits of my labor to your heart content. Okay. Wait, what? It's a job outside of the normal jobs. What madness is this? I guess you get to don the top hat. That's for 5 turns? I feel like there should be a catch to these. Lord knows there's quite a few of them that sound useful. Well, these secret one. Oh, these take time to make, do they? ancient cog, natural magnetite, soldier bow, great blade, guardian axe. I'm looking at like no SP cost and they had these crazy effects. Why? How? Yeah, a whole bunch of different soul stones, huh? Need accessories for that. Oh, really? I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Another thing, I'm kind of surprised that we don't get the what I'm looking for, the thief license in New Delsta, given the fact that there's a frickin' thieves guild there.
What to...
Oh dear.
Wait. It showed swords, axes, and daggers for the inventor when I was picking it with Rone.
My turn.
Does that mean she always keeps daggers?
Very well.
And I guess she always has swords and daggers anyway from being a thief, and maybe that's what it was showing?
There!
Well, I won't back down. You won't be me. Fighting is not what I do.
Pound the harbor. Might as well go get that dungeon I see on the map on our overworld map.
To work.
My turn.
Oh. Goodness, what a tantrum that was.
Wait, there's also a house we can visit here.
Where was I?
Nope, not up to that.
To work.
My
nope, not that either. He gets a double turn.
Ready?
Well, I won't back down. You won't be. Fighting is not what I do.
Alright, free kite shield. Isn't a buckler the definition of a small shield? What's the difference between the two?
Oh dear.
Nope. My turn.
To work.
Not that either.
May the sacred flame guide you, or something like that.
Oh no, wait, it didn't actually go into the freaking dungeon yet.
Come and get me.
Where was I? Blaze on, flame.
My turn.
You won't believe it. Goodness.
Gotta love Steel SP.
That was.
I mean, when I went to look at him, it said, and tried to pick him, it said, if you choose this character, you will not be able to go recruit anybody else until Chapter 2. Until, like, you've done his full Chapter 2. So I was like, oh, I should do this later, shouldn't I?
Where was I? Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
Sweet Jesus, that would be quite a lot. Is it?
What?
I mean, isn't it a full
take
chapter?
what I want.
Found the black market, apparently. Oh my. Okay, that is admittedly making it less of a concern. Goodbye. Herb elixir for... Oh, cures all status ailments. Interesting, so they have different effects during day or night. Ooh, can't remember the elemental gear being really good in the last game. Oh, it's a rock I couldn't get around.
Come and get me.
To work. Take that!
My
Just
turn.
aren't really weak to stuff he has. Oh, come on. Ain't that intimidating, Burb?
Oh dear.
Ready? All tidied up.
But does the scholar get, like, extra chapters to make up for that, then? Does that would mean that his plot's shorter than the others if he has a really, really short Chapter 2? Or does everybody get short chapters at some point?
Oh dear. Take that!
What to do? I take what I want.
There's an abandoned village, huh? Not that abandoned, there's someone here. Probably shouldn't do it for... This is some kind of... this is probably a plot-related area. Cyrus 2.0, except for the fact that apparently he's wanted for murder.
Time to clean up
I say wanted, but he was actually incarcerated for murder.
My turn.
You're too kind.
Where was that?
What? There! And so it goes.
Wait, he's actually not in the town, he's just on the map?
I suggest you get out of my way. Oh dear.
Cleaning time. What?
Hey, that ain't loud.
Whoa, whoa. You won't be
Guess,
goodness.
Guess we're at the save point. Guess we'll call it here then? So that we can do his 2 chapters, I guess. First thing tomorrow then. But I guess with that, thank y'all for coming on out. I hope you'll join me again next time as we get to play Fugitive.